Ragnar Lothbrok, a man, a legend, a king, or perhaps something in between. His story is scattered across ancient texts, whispered in Norse poetry, and magnified by medieval writers who sought to blend fact with fable. He is said to have been a fearless Viking warrior, draped in armor fashioned from animal skins. His very presence meant to terrify his enemies. To the Norse people, Ragnar represented everything their world admired: courage in battle, cunning in strategy, and an unyielding thirst for adventure. He was not content with raiding small coastal villages. He sought the great kingdoms of Europe, daring to challenge Frankish emperors and even the kings of England. In the 9th century, tales place him leading daring raids across the seas, striking fear into the hearts of those who thought themselves safe behind stone walls. Some accounts describe him as the Scourge of Paris, a commander whose ships sailed up the Seine to breach the city's defenses. Other stories speak of his conquests in England, where his fate would be sealed. The longships emerged from the North Sea mist like ghostly harbors of war, their dragon-headed prows cutting through the waves toward the English coast. At their helm stood a figure whose name would echo through centuries: Ragnar Lothbrok, the legendary Viking king whose story has captivated imaginations from medieval scribes to modern television audiences. But beneath the layers of myth and saga lies a tantalizing question: was Ragnar Lothbrok real? Ragnar Lothbrok, a name etched into the annals of Viking lore with both awe and uncertainty. Picture a rugged warrior, his eyes alight with ambition, standing atop a longship as it cuts through icy waters, his destiny intertwined with the gods themselves. Was he a flesh-and-blood chieftain, or a mythic figure woven from the threads of many men? The sagas sing of a man born in the 9th century, son of King Sigurd Ring, a leader destined to carve his name into history with raids that shook kingdoms. From the shores of Denmark to the walls of Paris, Ragnar's story unfolds like a tapestry of valor and cunning. The Gesta Danorum, penned by Saxo Grammaticus in the 12th century, paints him as a Danish king, a strategist whose fleet of 120 ships besieged the Frankish capital in 845, extracting a king's ransom in gold. Yet the chronicles falter, dates blur, names shift. Was this the same Ragnar who decades later faced King Ella of Northumbria, only to meet a gruesome end in a pit of snakes? The sagas claim his final words, delivered with a defiant laugh, promised vengeance through his sons. Those sons, Ivar the Boneless, Björn Ironside, Sigurd Snake in the Eye, emerge from the shadows of legend as leaders of the great heathen army, their invasion of England in 865 a testament to a father's legacy. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle hints at a Viking raider named Ragnar, a figure some scholars link to our hero, his exploits echoing across the British Isles. But the truth is elusive. The sagas, written centuries after his supposed time, blend fact with fantasy. Tales of dragon slaying and divine ancestry that elevate Ragnar to near godlike status. Imagine him now clad in his famed shaggy breeches, earned through a battle with a serpent to win the hand of the Princess Thora. His life, a mosaic of marriages and conquests, stretches from the Baltic to the Mediterranean, each raid a brushstroke on the canvas of Viking glory. Yet historians debate, could one man embody so many feats? Perhaps Ragnar is a composite, a mythic amalgam of chieftains like Reginherus and Rögnvaldr, their deeds fused into a single towering figure by the skalds of old. But legend often blurs with truth. Was Ragnar one man, or a composite of several great Viking leaders whose exploits were woven together into one name? The sagas are unclear. What is certain is his symbolic power, an embodiment of the Viking age itself. His death is perhaps the most famous episode of all. Captured by the Northumbrian King Ella, Ragnar was thrown into a pit of serpents. Yet even in his final moments, his defiance burned bright. The sagas recall him laughing at death, declaring that his sons would avenge him. And indeed, the great heathen army, a coalition of Viking warriors, would descend upon England soon after, led by men who claimed to be his sons: Ivar the Boneless, Björn Ironside, Sigurd Snake in the Eye. Whether by blood or by legend, his spirit lived on through them. Today, Ragnar Lothbrok remains a figure who straddles the line between history and myth. To some, he is a fictional hero born of Norse imagination. To others, he is the real force behind the Viking expansion, a man who dared to challenge the mighty kingdoms of Europe and whose story became immortal. In truth, Ragnar may never be fully uncovered. Yet that is the power of his legacy, half history, half legend, and wholly unforgettable. Would you like me to make this narration longer and more dramatic, like a full documentary episode, or keep it at this length for a short feature?